That is true, as are many other things.
Mm-hmm. So, let's take a look at this. So, you're saying, so, first of all, is there anything in terms of mentality we need to address together? Because it sounds like,
Uh,
yeah, it sounds like there's a lot, but like, it also sounds like you have a good awareness of it. So I'm just wondering, is this at a place where you can where it's been handled, or do we need to do any handling?
I think it needs handling. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if my mental is like I'm not in control of myself mentally when I play. I think like part of it is like I think like I don't like losing. I really don't like losing. Um, but I'm that's not what gets me. I think it's that I get really frustrated to when I lose to things that I perceive to be like basic or stupid or like I should have known better. Um, or like, and it feels like it's a reinforcing me like my opponent didn't do anything good. I just sucked if I fell for that, is kind of the mentality.
Like F
And
Smash Marth. Like, what would be an example of it? Like F Smash Spam Marth kind of thing, or
yeah, down smash Peach.
okay.
Uh, like, oh, they saw a blender one day and it changed their life. And so it's like I'll like there's I was really tilted at the
Yeah, the box speech, right?
local, yeah, because I was like they're not, I know exactly what they're going to do. They have like three moves that they're using. They are not even using half of Peach's kit right now.
I mean,
Yet
Hydro
I am,
Rocks only uses like a third of his, but like,
yeah. So I'm like I'm just can I it's like and I beat him previously, but I just lost, and it was like a human should not be able to do that consistent of ASDI, but it that also shouldn't matter because I know exactly what they're doing, yet I am somehow still losing, and that just feels bad. And I run into that a lot where I'm like, I know it's like I don't think where it's like I feel like I'm losing to myself rather than my opponent, and that gets my mental state in a really bad rut, and then I get frustrated, and then my play is worse, and it spirals.
okay.
Um, so I think that's the big thing. Is like I feel like I don't give myself enough leeway on like what I consider like I'm allow myself to what I like allow grace for myself in terms of what I lose to. And so when I lose to something that like seems basic, I just get like really, I get mad at myself for it.
Okay. So let me ask you something. If when you're fighting these Peach players, like this box Peach,
Mhm.
and you're saying that you lost to Peach's down smash, what were there any other factors that happened during the day that might have contributed to that loss? Because I know that you mentioned that you're not playing as much because you've been busy and such, which is
Mhm.
like totally understandable. Um, is it possible that perhaps there are external factors at play here that maybe could have impacted your play somewhat? So, and because like Peach's like down smash Peach is usually like something of an execution test. Were there factors in play, at hand here that maybe impacted your execution?
Yeah, because it was 100% like their play style was almost like must be this tall to ride sort of things. Um, and I wasn't that tall that day. Um,
That is a possibility. It could also be that like the Peach is like there's something different about their how they're down smashing. The thing about those styles, like the ones that are more simplistic, is that it can be, unless we actually analyze the games, it can be sometimes really difficult in the heat of the moment to know exactly what's going on, because any adjustments they've made are going to be really really subtle. You know what I mean? Because it's just like the difference between walking into someone's shield before down smashing, which only takes a couple frames, versus down smashing at the edge of it. That is a huge quality difference in terms of for the Peach player, because once you get that third hit, all of a sudden they're much harder to wave shine out of shield for like punished by wave shine out of shield, because it's only
yeah.
it's a 19 frame window, it's a 19 frame opening between of a cooldown versus 23. That's massive for Wave Dash out of Shield Shine, because like one of them, like it's basically doubling the window. So I guess perhaps I think that really what it boils in my mind what it boils down to is understanding, accepting, and this will be hard. This might be hard, but like I think it's accepting that we don't know everything, literally everything that's going on.
Yeah. That's a significant part of it. That's something I think that's important. The other thing, and what got me on that match was what got me on the train of thought of being like, I'm not actually implementing anything that I've learned efficiently. Like, as things eventually kind of arrive in my play, but it's like I'm not consciously integrating them, drawing them out and integrating them like I feel like I should be able to. Because after the match, I was like, literally one of the first things you taught me in our lessons was charging Falco's down smash to beat down smash Peach.
I mean, and that is a answer I taught you.
It's a answer. It's a dumb, cheesy answer, but it's like, it's like, here's a level 1 thing, and here's a cheeky thing that I can do that at least makes them pause and think.
Yeah.
And
might get you a good edge guard setup or kill too.
I was frustrated afterwards because I was like, I know to do this. I know that this works. I have practiced it. Why am I not doing it? Because there were so many scenarios in that game where like, oh, a down smash. If I had down smashed, I would have just killed them. And so that's what actually got me thinking about, like, there are so many things that I know and have practiced and can do that are just not implemented into my play. And that was really frustrating because I was like, oh, I have the tools to win handily, and I just don't.
So this is exactly what we're going to be working on today. So we're going to be working on identifying on building familiarity with the situations so that we have more contextual information on how we applied new things that we're working on.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. I see you've provided action out of Shine. How this will work is we're going to go through these one at a time. So let's start with the first one. So action out of Shine, we have 3 examples. Love this. And we're going to... Okay, you get shield grabbed after Shine on shield because you're leaving too many free frames. So got it. So you're basically saying you need to do other actions after you shine somebody's shield so you don't get shield grabbed so much. Or like don't get punished or something, right?
It's twofold. One, when I shine, I almost always wave dash out of the shine.
Okay.
Which means I leave a really predictable gap in my pressure that lets people out for free. And the second thing is when I do shine, I'm really slow on the jump button. And I've been fully aware of that for a long time now, and I know, and I'm trying to practice a different like thumb flick movement that's much quicker, which I presume faster players are doing, and that's one of the thing that I'm struggling to implement is like first just getting out of the shine quick enough and also choosing other options out of it than just wave dashing.
Okay. So speed is not something that we'll be able to do in the constraints of this session, so that's kind of an on-your-own thing. But let me add, do you have the Uncle Punch Community Edition training mode thing?
Yeah. I've got the new one and the older one.
Okay, so in the newer one, are you using the fighter-specific tech?
I don't think so.
Let me show you that real quick, because it is very, very handy. So, like, here it is, blah, blah, blah. And then let's load this up, because this is
Community Edition 1.1.
Yep.
All right, I have training mode. Oh, never mind. I don't think I do have that one.
This is really handy because I've turned
3.0.
You have the alpha, like alpha 3.0. So that's an older version, but look at this.
Okay.
So it tells you when you acted out of the shine.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, so I'll send you the link for this. so that you have this. And then, yeah, so this way you'll at least have, like, a tool that will help you, like, because I think that once you can, I think this is the type of thing where you really have to be able to see it in order to, like, understand, like, how to, like, play around in this space, like, more effectively. But there's, like, some really cool stuff. Like, there's another one that's been helping my Ness a lot is Act Out of Airborne. Because, like, it tells you, like, in relation to, like, jumping and double jumping, like, when did you do your aerial? See what I mean?
I have both of those OSDs. Many times I've thought to myself, God, I wish this was an ankle punch. That makes me so happy to see. All right.
And then, like, it also tells you, like, laser. So, like, I now know that, like, fastfall 1 plus, like, frame 6 laser should be the low laser. Because you'll notice, like, when I'm on 7, that's when it, like, misses. So it's, like, really, really, really handy for this stuff. And there's also one for jump cancel timing, so, like, stuff like this.
I love that. I'm so happy that exists.
Yeah, so we're gonna make sure that you have proper practice tools for this, because that will help you. Because again, like, we need confirmation to, like, know that we're doing things right. That's just how humans are. Yeah, we need proper practice. We need perfect practice to get, like, the most out of it. So now we have better ways of, like, I don't know if this is perfect practice, but we have something that more approximates it. So. With that in mind, let's, like, launch that replay that you sent me, and we're gonna look at 754. So,
okay.
Let's say that we can't solve the speed thing completely in this, like, right now, because that's the type of thing with practice. My question here is, when you're on his shield that close, because I think that you still went for, like, a wave shine. Like, we'll confirm that. What would you like to do instead of a wave shine here?
Shine grab gets him here. Short hop shine again gets him here.
Yeah.
But that
can technically nair.
Yeah, that's risky. Nair, dare is not this early. I'm leery on those aerials though. Habitually I probably just would. And then, I mean, I could also...
So of these options, it sounds like JC... Yeah. Of these options, it sounds like second shine and grab are the ones that, like, that you're most interested in. Which makes sense, because they're, like, they're very safe, they're very consistent. Okay. At this percent, in this spot, I'm thinking grab, personally, but what are your thoughts?
I think shine grab is the best option here. That's why it was the first thing that came up. Jumping into another shine is doable, but the spacing is a little awkward, I think.
That's part of why I'm leaning towards grab too. So with this in mind, let's map out how we got here. So in this situation, we went for shine we went for shine. And then we went for Marth grab, and then we go for wave dash. Like, at this point, we're going for wave dash. So this is what we're changing, but how did we actually engage his shield? Like, that's the thing we need to know, because we need to know how he got into this position in the first place.
Right.
So, like, let's see how this happened. Cool. So, describe to me, as I slow this down, what is going on here. So we can make some points.
All right, so I shoot a laser just to keep Marth from just coming at me, but I do want to close the gap enough that I can be somewhat threatening. So I'm here. I think.
Let's be specific. So this is the key with this kind of thing. So you shoot a low laser, he jumps over it. You shoot a high laser. You do that one more time. Like, that looks like it was probably supposed to be low laser, high laser mix-up, but, like, fair enough. But basically, we do low laser, high laser, and then to low laser approaching high laser, and then we go for and then that's what sets everything up. From Marth's side, what is Marth doing?
He's jumping, but it looks like he's really just kind of shielding and flailing.
Well, let's not say flailing. That's not a move. But, like, yeah, he's shielding and jumping out of shield.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be handling lasers well.
So Falco lasers in place. Marth shields, right? Because we're not so Marth shields, and then what did he do? What did he do? So let's see here. So this is when we actually get it started on him. So we need to be further back. So not here, but this one. So it's actually okay. So from here on, so you laser. So Marth actually jumped there. So Marth, not Marth shields, Marth jumps. So that's actually wrong with me. Marth jumps.
Okay.
Raticate gets hit. Gets hit, lands. So then Falco approaching laser. Advancing lasers. And then what happens next? I think that Marth shields.
Yeah.
Gets hit, shields. Oh no, you grabbed him. Okay, so it's the next interaction.
Yeah.
So then this is the point. So really we're gonna have to make this bigger. That's okay. We can make this bigger. We'll actually just do this, and then advancing lasers, and then Marth. So grabs. Falco grabs. And then what happened? What grab did we do? Up throw?
I did up throw, and then I went up after him and got fared. Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's map that. Let's grab that next. So why do you think we're like mapping all these out like this?
To understand the context of when like if I recognize that something is more effective, there's like a more effective option in the scenario. This gives me the ability to recognize the context of how of when that comes up, so that I can prime myself mentally in game further ahead and be ready to do it.
Yeah, so exactly. So the idea here is like we're charting out the steps that happen before like the thing that we're changing. So like double jump fares onto double jump fares onto Marth shield. Onto Marth shield. Shine wave dash. And then we're saying here is instead of this shine wave dash, like the big thing that we want to do differently is instead of shine wave dash, we're gonna do shine JC grab. Because that's what we're saying, like, and this makes sense I think too, because we're coming out of like a disadvantage, like more when I look back on this like this makes a lot of sense because we're coming out of a disadvantageous position, because we were like a bit of a weird scramble, so we don't really want to be forcing something that's like really unsafe. It makes a lot of sense that we would like value like a high, like something that just kind of works concretely and seizes control back in a really reliable way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find one or two more examples of that, and then we're going to what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you play a game or two. We're gonna have you do the motion in Uncle Punch, and then go into Unranked, and we're gonna see if we can implement.
Yeah, so, a thing that strikes me here is that Shine Grab is particularly valuable when I'm on the front of their shield. Because if I'm on the back of their shield, I have a lot, like, their options to challenge me are a lot slower in that position than just grab. So if I'm at the front, I have to do something that's as immediate as possible, and Shine Grab is one of those things.
Yeah. So I would say that, like, what do you think about this as a spot to do it in?
Yeah, this is perfect. I'm in the front of their shield, close enough to hit the shine and the grab.
Yeah. So might as well might as well do the one that has more reward up front. So yeah, let's grab this and let's map out maybe like we won't go as many back on this one, but like maybe we'll do like up to five steps in total. So let's say from here. So let's see. Let's rewind and we'll get to the situation. So we get hit. What happens next?
I think I tech away. Yeah.
Cool. So this makes sense. So we don't even need to start from the tech per se. We can go. Yeah, retreat.
Go ahead.
So this would be like retreating laser, advancing laser, shine grab.
Yeah, which is classic, and this would be really good if Shine grabbed there. Like, it'd be a clean textbook setup.
Yeah. So retreat lasers. Retreat laser. Marth shield. Marth block. Falco advancing laser. Laser. Marth block. Marth blocks. And then it would be, last one is, so what we did here was grab, but what we're saying here is, instead of grab, we're just going to do a Shine JC grab.
Because if they continue to hold shield, it's the same result, but if they don't, I just get a better setup.
Exactly.
So it's all upside.
Provided we nail the execution, absolutely. And like that's the upside is absolutely worth like the effort. So that one there.
Yeah.
So laser Marth F tilts. We approaching laser. Cool. So like we'll grab a screenshot and then we will and then these are like tactics I think that you're pretty comfortable with overall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like this will be our image, and it's like, again, the same idea. So how did this remind? So what did we say we're starting on? What did Marth do, and what did we do?
I was maintaining space.
Yep, simpler. The whole name of the game here is we don't want this to be like a very detailed explanation because it's about this. We want this to be transferable across situations. So.
Okay, Marth was just kind of waiting there.
Marth did what move? If you don't remember, that's okay. We'll go back.
I'm here. Did they nair? Oh, F tilt. Okay.
Yeah. So he F tilts and we laser. Marth F tilts. Falco laser. Falco short up laser. And then Marth then hits. And then Marth blocks. And then Falco Falco advancing lasers. Laser into dash attack. But dash attack is not what we are doing.
Right.
So then instead of dash attack, we are... And you see how like this is just like, we're just kind of removing the moves that aren't working. We're just kind of like flagging the moves that aren't working and a move that would work.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now you have the steps. Like a lot of like what I'm noticing here is a lot of the time that we get this Shine JC grab, it is set up from like some kind of like laser in place to establish like control. The opponent defends passively, then we engage. Like this is a play pattern that comes up a lot.
Okay.
So, with this in mind, I'm gonna ask you, show me, like, I know you can do this, but just to help, like, with the process, share your screen with me in Uncle Punch, and just show me that you can, that you can do laser into Shine JC grab.
Okay. Let me get Uncle Punch booted up here.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to do it on a computer or anything. Just like, again, it's more about like that. Show me that you can do the motion. Like, show me that you can execute the technique.
Yeah. Okay. Share my screen. This one. All right. Do you see me?
Yep.
Okay,
hell yeah.
Cool. I'm going too quick.
There we go. Okay, perfect. So you've shown me that you can do it. Now let's close this and let's hop into Slippy Unranked.
Let me just make sure I got this timing down. Okay, cool, we got it.
Do it on his shield. Just like just do one on go into attack on shield and just do it like once or twice on his shield. So like back attack on shield. Because he's going to try to shield grab you, so try to do it like once or twice on his shield. Close. A little faster on like the canceling the shine. So it's like boom, boom, boom. There you go. Remember, down and B together, or just wait a bit. Because you... There you go. Are you letting go of the down input when you're like doing the JC grab?
I don't think I am.
Okay, that's fine. That's usually better, I find. So this is just straight up speed. Cool.
And Z jump will be great here.
Oh, we're fine. So when it says like a quick and dirty method to know like that your jump like do a shine into a jump, and you'll notice that there's like there's numbers at the bottom like -4. The best you can ever be when you do it on this shield, and you'll see the numbers appear. -2 is the best you can ever be. So -2 is like if you want to try to like get a sense of like what perfect is, try to just like jump and like just jump after the shine, and you'll see what I mean. So -4 is like means you were 2 off, and then like yeah. But yeah, let's not get lost too. Like we'll get 1, 2, perfect, and then like let's head into Slippy, because we've already done a few frame perfect ones, and like the purpose of this is not that we just grind this. It's we got other goals today.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, let me sauce you my spectator code, and let me just refresh playback since I've been in Uncle Punch and stuff, and then let me know when we're connected.
Confirmed.
Hell yeah. Let me know when we're in a match.
Coming into a match with a Link.
Link is fine for this. Link we can use the same stuff.
Really laggy Link.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. Like get out, like totally fine to get out of there.
All right.
So the key here is don't force it. Just try to play normally for the most part. And then like if you happen to like get an opportunity to do it, then do it. But like the whole point of this is that we're not trying to control like the learning process. We've given ourselves like good information about like what we're supposed to do. And like we're going to trust that. Hell yeah. You did it.
Woo! All right.
Did you even notice it?
Yeah. I was just really focused on making sure I got as much out of it as I could.
Good.
Oh, this lag is also pretty bad, but it's playable.
We're only going to play 1 or 2 games with this guy, so don't worry about it. Because then we're going to go find something else to do. And we're going to do this again for at least one of them. For at least one of the things that you flagged. Because that was the plan today. To get through at least 2 or 3 of those items, so that you can like see, like get a better sense of what the implementation process benefits from, and get a sense of like what things help you most. And is this structure like is this structure working for you?
I think so, yeah.
Hell yeah. So there we like approaching lasered, but we hadn't really established like things yet. So I think like that's one thing that I would kind of comment on. Like same with there, you know, like you had him in the corner, but you hadn't actually like established the starting laser.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I do the same thing sometimes. Like sometimes when you're up a stock or two, like, and you're just feeling yourself, it's really tempting to just like not do like to skip the first laser and the one that sets the tone. But like it's just not a good idea. That I saw you went for it. You just like the jump was slightly off, but I saw that you tried to set that up. That was good. That would have been a good situation for it.
Yeah,
Beautiful edge grab. That was actually slick as hell.
I've been practicing on a Marth a lot. Trying to get the like wave dash turn around without dashing back into immediate wave dash to hit pledge.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice and it worked. Whoopsie daisy. Thanks, camera. Ah! I can't believe I made it back from that. Goodbye. All right. I'm gonna hop out of this game just because their lag is pretty bad.
Yeah. Know what? Let's actually do another one of these. So let's use our time effectively and do a second one, because I think that like actually, know what? Play one more game with someone, and we'll see if we can keep this up. Because I think we should probably have some time, like, in building this.
All right.
The key here, though, is we don't want the implementation to be like conscious, like totally conscious. We are trusting ourselves to like do the thing, and if we need to like nudge ourselves, that's okay. But like it's a nudge. It is not like we're taking the wheel. It's also worth noting that Fox is going to be like have his own rules about this, because his out of shield options are stronger than Marth's. So the grab might not work as well, but that's okay. This is why we don't want to take the wheel and just like force everything, because it's going to like not acknowledge the reality of our opponent being different here.
That was an insane call out.
He didn't call you out. He just waited in the middle because it was safe, and you just went into him. That was, believe it or not, like when you're approaching from really far away and the opponent has time to react to you, a lot of things that you might think are callouts are not actually callouts. They're just like very far away and they know that your approach tools won't hit them. So they're just waiting. It looks like they're calling you out, but like it's just they're just too far. They were just too far, and that's okay. Because like you have to learn. Like, you have to learn, like, what's too close, like, how close you have to be to approach.
Okay.
Do you think that, like, is part of why you think that maybe you're not, like, is part of why you're hard on yourself is, like, because you feel like you're being called out by, like, when people hit you?
Not really. I definitely have some very predictable habits, that I'm hard on myself for, because I know that I can be better about. And so like when I do, if I do like a really obvious, if I do like the same shield pressure 3 times in a row and then they shine out a shield on the right beat, like I will usually attribute that to just me getting called out because I was too predictable. Which I know sometimes isn't always, like sometimes it's just a random happenstance. But I tend to respect the intelligence of my opponents more than I think I should. I think, where was my train of thought going? I think one of the thing that makes me hard on myself, the thing that causes me to be the most hard on myself, or that like motivates that sentiment, is that I don't feel like I improve at the rate that I could, and then I could be, and then I see people who like pick up a controller and then just get good really fast, and that makes me feel somewhat inadequate when that happens.
I can I imagine that's really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, it wasn't really like people getting better faster than me, but it was more that like, because again, like I got good pretty quickly when I was in my prime, but like at some point I kind of like stopped, right? Like I plateaued and kind of got stuck. So it was just seeing like people like Nun and like Moki like surpass me like significantly. It's hard, and it's hard feeling like what we're doing, like that we're doing our best, but like it's not enough.
Yeah, that's what gets me because I know it's like I am a capable, intelligent human being. So obviously it feels like, oh, I must be doing something wrong, and that reflects on me. And it's the onus is on me to understand what that is, but I just can't figure it out. And it's difficult.
Yeah. That is the type of thing that I don't think I can help you with in coaching, but I do think that like it's because that I think is that's I think a little bit deeper than what we can cover here. Having said that, I don't think that there's anything wrong with anyone in terms of like their learning. Like the reality is like we're all different. The rate at which we learn will vary, and there are players who I thought would never get good, who I've seen get good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Fuck it. Zuppy. Zuppy, for the longest time that I knew him when I was playing actively, like as a pro, he was like the most mediocre fox I'd ever seen. I thought he was just going to be a nair spammer forever. And now he's like the literal best doubles player in the world probably, and like was top 15. So, and he spent most of his career like not being particularly impressive as far as I can tell, but he just kept at it. To me, that's the really impressive part.
That's the thing, because I know that I have no intention of stopping playing anytime soon. So I know that there's a lot that I can simply have faith in tenure carrying me forward, but like I have to use that time that I have ahead of me efficiently. And the onus is on me to do so. But another thing that's recently shifted my perspective somewhat is, like, I came into Melee a little over 3 years ago, 4 months or something like that. 3 years, 4 months. And like, there are people who've been playing this game for literally 2 decades. So I'm never going to be the top of the heap. But it's like always like, so I've always kind of measured myself against the cohort of players that started at a similar time as me.
Yeah, keep going.
And so like and I'm middle of the pack. It's fine. Like I'm not better or worse than average. Like there's another Falco player who we met at our first local who had also just started playing, and we're still dead even. But I got back into martial arts recently, and I realized that I am the equivalent of that player that gets really good really fast in martial arts. Because I realized I got in there and I was just doing these really acrobatic moves, and I was like reading people's moves and just doing stuff that I'm sitting here, I'm a white belt, and I was like, I get it. Like, we're all built different for different things, and I am built for this in a way that I am not built for Melee. And I think that recognizing that is valuable, because like I don't think I have to be built different for Melee to be able to enjoy the game and get good at it and feel like my existence in this community is valid,
It's valid. It's valid just because you're willing to enter the Coliseum. That's all there is to it, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. So, because I realize like I have like with martial arts, I have done all kinds of athletic stuff my entire life that translates over, even though I haven't like done these particular moves ever before. I know how to move my body in the air and how to fall and how to like balance. And like there are people who have been playing a lot more video games growing up than me, and that those neurons are just wired in different, so they like pick it up
locked in
away. Yeah, they just have different pathways built into their brains.
Hell yeah. That said, I think it's good to have that kind of balanced approach, because you're right, people will have varied talents. Now, let's refocus a bit on like what we know on the second thing. You said you want more varied ledge options, so I have a spicy one for you. Can you see my screen?
Wait, I just see your thing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got it.
Perfect. We're gonna 43, right?
Yep.
So I have a spicy. So I've already taken the screenshot here. I have a spicy one for this spot. Ledge hop illusion.
Yeah, you mentioned this a while ago. Because I can get with the glint, I can get the whole illusion out, right?
Yeah.
What is that, like 10 frame startup or 8 frames, something?
So it's 18 frame start. It's 18 frame startup, but remember, you have 30 frames of actionable intangibility upon like when you grab the edge. So you have about a 12-ish frame window to do this, which is why it works better when the opponent is close to you at the edge, like so.
Okay.
Because what you're doing is you're basically coming up here. You're coming up here and then going through them. And you're still intangible up to about here. Sorry,
I lost your audio for a second.
So what I'm saying is what you have about a 12 frame window to execute this. So it's like somewhat forgiving. So it's not quite as dangerous as ledge dashing, but you are still invincible to about here.
Okay. Yeah, that covers a lot of space.
Yeah, so it works really well when the opponent is close to you at the edge and or in the air, which this Marth is. Now, granted, he'll be on the ground by the time we're starting this thing up, but like if he blocks or if he like wave dashes, you just kind of get him. Or if he jumps again, you just kind of get him. So in terms of how we would set this up, so what we go for down air here. Like we clearly go for down air here. Let's look at the interactions that led to this, and I'm just going to make a small like marker so you can kind of see like where the glint is. Oh wait, that should not be an arrow. That should be this. And then like as you go back here, like this is how much like as you take frames, you kind of lose the glint going here, but like you still get to about like here when all's done, right? So with that in mind, sorry, do you have a comment?
No, I was saying yeah, as in like one of the like a general affirmation of me hearing you.
Perfect. So with that in mind, let's see here. We get F tilted off stage. Cool. So this would be like kind of the start of it. So Marth F tilts. This guy really likes F tilt.
He F tilts like 4 times in a row in that earlier interaction.
Yeah, so hits Falco off, and then like we double jump to edge height, and then what does Marth do here? Like what did he do?
He just tanks the hit and goes for okay, F tilt, get there. I go high and I think he tries to maybe F tilt again.
I don't know, like just here. So he wave dashes to the edge when we're off.
Mm-hmm. So he's trying to do a fair.
Yep, so actually I have this out of order, so we need to fix that. So let me quickly correct this. So Marth hits Falco off. Marth wave dash to edge. Wave dashes to edge. And run off DJ. Actually we'll make those 2 points. And then we'll do like and run off DJ. So then Falco double jumps. And illusion sweet spot. Illusions to ledge. And then Marth fair. Fairs. Misses, obviously. Bracket miss. And then we ledge hop down here, but we're going to say that we ledge hop illusion.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like this is kind of like this is kind of like a beginner, like this is like a training wheels ledge dash in a lot of ways. Because like it's good in a lot of the similar spots where like ledge dashing would be good. Like there's still like a small like percentage, like there's a small amount of cases in between these, and in between where this is good and where the lasers are good, where ledge dashing is kind of is extremely helpful. But I would say as a starting point for like getting used to doing like like things that give us mobility onto the stage, yeah, I would say a setup like this can be actually quite valuable. Now let's see here. You had another timestamp for like doing something else off the ledge, 6:09. So let's go there. So that would be in game time. So it should be around here-ish. Cool. Oh, he's got you're working his arthritis well. Okay, so he F-tilts us off again. This would be another spot that like this would be really good here. You see it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the wave dash back to cover the dare just gets clipped, and then I have
you get a kill.
Yeah.
At this percent.
Oh yeah, that percentage. I just fuck him up. I'm coming out of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So. Here's what happens. So we waveland into Marth and get F-tilted. Believe it or not, and then oh yeah, we'll need our new diagram. Waveland into Marth, F-tilt. Your sweet spot illusions were really good here, by the way.
That was one of the first things I ever got good at.
It's a good thing to be good at. Living as Falco is really important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Learning not to die immediately is Falco.
Mm-hmm. So while I'm setting this up, are there any other edge guards that are similar to this one, like that where you sometimes illusion under them, that you can think of off the top of your head, where you know, something like this might be really good?
Fox down tilt.
Mm-hmm. Down tilt, down smash, like from Spacies. Yep, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah. Let me think. Game and Watch down tilt. I'm thinking about just down tilt is on the brain, but let me think. Peach down smash? No, that goes too low. Falcons down tilt as well.
Mm-hmm. Probably Sheik down smash.
Sheik down smash is a good one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Probably Sheik down tilt as well for the same reason, because it's basically the same thing, just like slightly more out, but not really more like below, you know?
Yeah.
We could also include... Yep, absolutely. The Mario... Well, Mario's just going to cape there, but, I mean, like...
I think Sweet Spot's cape, too. I think Sweet Spot is a little... If a good sweet spot goes under cape, I think.
I think it does Mario, but I don't think it does Doc. Doc's is like way bigger, like way bigger.
I had no idea. Now I do.
Yeah, no, Doc's cape is crazy. So let's see here. So Marth F tilt, no Marth F tilts, and then Falco. So then he Falco Marth crouches on stage. Marth crouches at ledge because he just kind of like chilled there.
Mm-hmm.
At ledge. Falco double jumps. Falco illusion sweet spot. Marth down tilts. Grabs edge. And then Falt ledge hop dare. And then what we're gonna say here is instead of this, we're gonna do ledge hop illusion.
Because Marth wave dashes back here, which is the critical difference.
Well, so it's more that like, so remember, we're not going to be able to react to his option because we have to use our Galint quickly.
Okay. So
it's more that like we just have good odds against most of the things he does here. So like let's think about this critically. What happens if Marth say, I don't know, down tilts again?
We still hit him.
Right. Okay. So what if he like jumps back and tries to fair us? We still hit him.
Yeah.
What if he blocks? Well, that's bad. That's not good. We don't like that. But if he wave dashes, we still hit him.
Mm-hmm. Even if he shields, he still has to do a wave dash back turnaround grab, which is a little bit of an execution test.
Yeah, absolutely, especially if he's not ready for it. Like, it's not something we want to see, but it's not also a guaranteed disaster.
Mm-hmm.
So, with this all in mind, how confident are you feeling about potentially trying that in a game?
I've had Uncle Punch up here. I've been working on the movement a
All
little
right,
bit.
then I'm gonna trust that you can do it if you've been working up on it independently, and then let me just refresh. Yeah, you're not broadcasting anymore because you've gone to Uncle Punch. Totally fine. Just reconnect the broadcast, and then we're gonna take this into a game.
All right, start broadcast, confirm,
Mm-hmm.
connected. All right. Whoops, that's whoopsie daisies. That's the wrong one. Let's try that again. Start broadcast, confirm, connected.
Oh, let me just double check. Okay, let me just close, refresh, start.
We should be good now.
Okay, let's head into Unranked. I would strongly urge, if you're having trouble with the implementation of any technique, this using this review process to kind of like map out the steps is really effective. Like I've had other players like Louise and such who have reported similar like difficulties too with like implementation before, and they've reported that like this helps. Now there are a few rules of it. The big one is that if you don't find that you're like in it, you're doing something that like if things are still not working, i.e. you're still not implementing it, then it probably means you have to like get more specific with the steps or like self-assess what you're like what you're missing. The key though is do not start getting hard on yourself though, or do not get mean, because we are nice to ourselves here. Okay. Good. If you beat the Sheik so badly that like you don't have to illusion recover, recover from the edge, then we probably have to fight a different player. She would be a character that the shine grab thing would be really good against. In a similar way to Marth. So, like, that's not to tell you to, like, focus on it or look for it, but just to, like, kind of, like, have you know that, and then see if you implement it. If you don't, it's all good.
Oh, no!
Yeah, it's an SD. It happens. Your play, like, other than, like, your play up to that point, though, has been, like, super clean. Nice. Didn't take too much from there.
A little late.
But it's your first time with the technique, and like you still got out of the corner versus Sheik, who was next to you. You know what? There are like, as far as like a first test goes, I think that we could have done worse.
Them feeties, Falco's feet.
Probably
on roll. Right. This person doesn't like to roll out of the corner.
Yeah. They like to like, so if you're fighting somebody who holds block or like you know, I would think that like that shine grab setup is probably really good against them.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Nice fair.
No. Oh.
All right, time for the sickest comeback. Oh, I thought you made
Yes.
it. All right, let's. So that was good. Let's fight this guy. Let's fight this guy again.
They just dipped.
Ah,
They won't have done me. They were afraid. They didn't want the smoke.
they did not want the smoke. Smoke was not desired.
They saw the one side B off the ledge, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's locked in."
You actually did. You actually did it like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
You did. You definitely did it more than once. You definitely did it at least twice. I think one of them was like you did it like when while still on the stage, but I think you thought you got hit onto the ledge, because it was like very close. So we had like at least 3 implementation attempts and like 2 successful ones. So that like to me like, and one of them was still like none of them got you killed either, which is like important to note. Like all like they either hit or got you to safety.
the cheek is way better. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Schneebs. Are you sure about that?
Jesus. Okay. I did not know I had that in me. All right.
Like, I don't know. I actually do think they are better. Like, I think that Sheik is like as a character who takes like a bit of warm up to get used to. I think that, and yeah, and not that the other person was like bad or anything. I just think that like this person looks cleaner, but I think you're also like more locked in.
Their pressure is way better. Like they get on me and they don't let me out.
Yeah. Remember, like we're running in from really far away. We've kind of established like we have better ways to get close to them. We have the gun, we've got our wave dash, we've got our aerials, we've got our like jump mix-ups. Like if we're really that far away, you know, we're not a run character. That's like our slowest movement.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this is probably why you weren't doing it as much versus Sheik, because she has her F tilt that she can just kind of like throw out as like a defense against like laser into laser approach. So
yeah,
what
you gotta really bait F tilt and react to it.
And I mean, like, if you're doing that anyway, you might as well just, like, take a down air anyway. Like, that's probably why you were down airing more. So this makes, what I want to point out is it makes sense. A lot of times, if we're, like, if we, like, think about things, it actually becomes pretty clear why we don't do certain things against certain characters, but we do them versus others. Like, versus Marth, he doesn't have anything quite so non-committal as a get off me move. So,
yeah.
With that, we are approaching time, but I want to like we are down to our last 2 minutes, but I want to let's not queue another game, but like let's debrief and kind of talk about what happened, what we learned and what happened here, because I think that this was pretty good as far as implementation goes from my perspective, but I want to get your feedback too. How do you feel this went?
This was good. I think the way of like finding this framework of replay review for like finding spots in the game where the technique we want to implement would be good, and then like mapping that out to get a good context of like how to know when it sets up is really strong. That definitely helped a lot for the shine grab. Probably would have helped a lot for the side B, but just the opportunities to try it didn't really come up in those 2 games.
Well, you did do it like 3 times in the versus the first Sheik.
Yeah.
And it's a recovery, so it won't come up as much as something offensive generally. So I think that like you're saying that it didn't. You're saying that like there weren't enough opportunities. Maybe it's the second one, but like the first one, you definitely used it effectively in my mind.
Yeah, my concern, and I guess the only way to address this is to just see what happens. Is that without another person talking in my ear about the technique that I'm actively trying to implement, I won't be able to maintain mental focus on remembering that that's what I'm trying to do. And I think that's just going to be a me thing that I have to work on and like see. Because maybe if I've just studied it in the replay, then it'll be easier. Since it'll be top of mind, it'll be easier to recall. So my thought is probably it does have to be a very continuous process of like no breaks in between the review, the identifying the spots, and then trying it.
Yeah, I think that like treating it as like a 1-2 process, like step one be like a 3-step process, like step one being identify what you want to do, which you can probably do in the review, and then like chart the steps backwards, like work backwards, to chart the, like usually it's about like 4 to 5 steps. 4 to 5 steps. I find like 5 is kind of the magic number. Like five-ish points in total. I think we have 6 on some of these. One of them has 7, but like it's around like 5-ish that works for that I found to be effective. But again, play with the space. Like people are different. If you need like 7, if you need 4, it's all good. But you build it like that should be followed by play, because you want to like quick practice to make sure you can nail the execution without really thinking about it. And then you want to like bring that into actually go on to unranked or something. Because the key here is if you're not executing it and you notice that you're not executing it, then that means that there's probably something that isn't clicking about, like the goal here is then to be curious. Like, what is it that's happening that is causing me to not be able to do this, even though these look like the situations that I'm supposed to do them in? Because you did them really, and like a lot of times it's that it's not practical, and your brain in our subconscious knows that, even if we don't. So like as an example, the Sheik player, we weren't really doing the laser into laser shine grab, but like as it turns out, that doesn't actually make a whole lot of sense versus her because of her F tilt.
Yeah, I gotta find other ways to get in on shield, and laser is committal to the air, which makes it weird.
Yeah, like she's a character who's defined by having this incredible like anti-air from a standing position, and we are doing our slowest aerial at her from a distance. Like, of course that's not going to work. Like, duh. But like when we put it that way, like kind of obvious, but
yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, the maths. Similarly versus Fox, we didn't do it as much, but that's because you got way more value out of like shine timing mix-ups, because grab doesn't really lead to a whole lot versus Fox. Yeah. Now, does that mean that grab, we shouldn't like at some point work this into our play? No, not at all. Grab is eventually very important versus Fox, but it is not more important than the shine. So that's what our habits are trending towards right now, because we're still hitting shines, and until there's like an impetus for us not to, like, until there's an impetus for like that's up to like expand, a lot of times we're just gonna stick with what is the most effective tool in that, like, versus the level of play we're fighting. And that's not like in my mind that's actually a really good thing, because we don't want to be doing plays that are designed for a metagame that we're not fighting in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. So there's the flip side to it of not just where is it good, but also like why is it maybe not good here, and so that understand, because like a move's only good if you use it in the right places, and understanding both sides of both sides of that coin is important.
Yeah, so I'm going to say for key takeaways, continue to build familiarity with I'm just calling it the work backwards method, that we used in the examples, in the example diagrams above, Note, we both have sort of agreed that this will likely work best as a 1-2-3 process. As a 1-2-3 process, with review / identification, with identification of opportunity plus review serving review / chart / working backwards to form the steps, serving as steps 1 and 2, and the implementation in unranked, serving as step 3. Note 2. The goal is not to implement by exerting conscious control. to force the technique, but rather to to build skill with identifying spots where it will happen, where it will be beneficial, and trusting ourselves to execute. If we're not, be curious, don't be critical. Don't immediately criticize. Yeah. And then the other big, and like, I think that's like the big thing today. I don't know if there's actually anything else to really cover today.
It's just the only thing of any importance to me right now that I think is just like, I don't think it matters what information I get until I'm able to get good at integrating that information.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is absolutely this is a huge sticking point and like how effective any practice or coaching is right now. And so once I know that I can move forward past this roadblock, nothing else matters. So I think this is important, and I'm absolutely going to focus as much as possible on just this.
Hell yeah. And I mean, like, again, the game is supposed to be fun, so I would strongly urge you, if you're finding you're getting if you're reaching a point where you're getting, like, a little too critical or something like that for yourself, I strongly, as your coach, urge you to just play some, like, it is okay to play some fuck around friendlies. It is,
all right.
It is good for the soul to falcon punch people. Or play with like your friends on like poke floats with pokeballs or whatever. Like, all of these things they're enriching experiences, not for like the quality, not for the competitive edge it gives us, but because this game is a game. Having said that said, I'm gonna cut the recording here.